Picture this. Tomorrow morning, every dollar you have saved disappears. Your emergency fund is gone. Your investment account is back at zero. You still have your job, your skills, and everything you have learned about money. But financially, you are starting from nothing. What would you do first? Most people would immediately ask, what should I invest in? Or, how do I make money fast? I would not start there. Because when you are at zero, the biggest danger is not missing the next great investment. It is building on a weak foundation and getting knocked back down by one normal problem. So if I had to start over at zero, these are the 7 money rules I would follow. Not flashy rules, not get-rich-quick rules. Just the order I would use to rebuild as safely and quickly as possible. Rule number 1, know your survival number. Before saving, investing, or paying extra on anything, I would figure out the minimum amount needed to keep my life running for 1 month. Housing, basic food, utilities, insurance, transportation, minimum debt payments, not restaurants, not shopping, not the version of life I would prefer. Just the number that keeps the lights on and gets me to work. Let's say that number is $2,200. Now I have a target. I know what 1 month of safety costs. I know how much income must come in. And I know which expenses are truly fixed. This matters because vague money fear feels endless. A clear number gives the fear a shape. You are no longer thinking, I need more money. You are thinking, I need to protect $2,200 of monthly life. That is a problem you can actually solve. Rule number 2, build a small wall before chasing a big future. If I were at zero, my first savings goal would not be $10,000. It would be a small starter buffer, maybe $500, maybe $1,000. The right amount depends on your job, your car, your health, and the people who depend on you. The goal is simple. Stop a normal surprise from becoming new debt, because this is how people stay trapped. The car needs a repair. The repair goes on a credit card. The new payment makes next month tighter. Then another surprise arrives. One problem becomes 3. A starter buffer breaks that chain. And if I had high-interest credit card debt, I would make every minimum payment, keep that small buffer, and then attack the highest interest rate hard. Not because debt is morally bad, because expensive interest quietly takes money from every future paycheck. Rule number 3, save first, not last. At zero, I would not wait to see what was left at the end of the month. There is almost never anything left. Instead, I would move a small amount immediately after every payday. Even if it were only $25 a week, that would become $1,300 over a year. The amount is not the most important part at first. The order is. When saving happens first, the rest of your spending adjusts around it. When saving happens last, your spending usually expands until nothing remains. And I would automate it. Not because automation is exciting, because motivation disappears. Busy weeks happen. Bad moods happen. An automatic transfer does not care how you feel on Friday. Rule number 4, give every dollar one job. This is where I would separate my money into 3 simple buckets. Bills, spending, future. Bills money covers rent, utilities, insurance, and required payments. Spending money covers groceries, eating out, fun, and everything flexible. Future money covers emergency savings, debt payoff, and investing. Why separate it? Because one large bank balance lies to you. You see $3,000 and feel comfortable. But maybe $2,400 of that money already belongs to rent, bills, and debt payments. You do not really have $3,000. You have $600. Separating the money makes the truth visible before you spend it. And here is the important part. The system removes daily arguments with yourself. You do not need to ask whether every coffee will ruin your future. You just check the spending bucket. Rule number 5, grow income before obsessing over investment returns. This is the rule I would take most seriously. When you are starting from zero, your earning ability is usually more powerful than your investment account. A 10% return on $500 is $50. But earning an extra $200 per month creates $2,400 over a year before taxes and expenses. That is a much bigger lever. So I would spend real time improving a skill, asking for better assignments, applying for higher paying roles, negotiating, or finding a small source of extra income. Not 5 random side hustles. One realistic move that can raise income. Maybe a certification, better software skills, weekend work, freelance help, extra shifts, a job search. This is where rebuilding starts to speed up. But there is a trap. More income does not automatically create more wealth. Rule number 6. Never let a raise disappear. The moment income goes up, life will offer you 100 ways to spend it. A better apartment, a newer car, more delivery, more subscriptions. Small upgrades that suddenly become normal. So before the first larger paycheck arrives, I would decide where the increase goes. For example, at least half could move automatically towards savings, debt, or investing. The rest could improve life today. That way, progress does not feel like punishment. You enjoy some of the raise, but you also keep part of it forever. Because a raise that becomes a new payment is not financial progress. It is just a more expensive version of the same pressure. Rule number 7. Invest simply, then leave it alone. I would not start with day trading, hot stocks, or anything that requires checking my phone every 20 minutes. First, I would collect any employer retirement match available to me after checking the plan's rules. Then, once the emergency buffer was growing and expensive debt was under control, I would invest regularly in simple, diversified, low-cost funds that fit my goals, timeline, and comfort with risk. In plain English, that means owning small pieces of many investments instead of betting everything on one company. And I would automate that too. The goal would not be to feel brilliant. The goal would be to keep buying, month after month, without turning every headline into a financial emergency. Because the most dangerous money plan is often the one that only works when you feel motivated, calm, and confident. Real life does not stay that way. Now, put all 7 rules together. Know the minimum cost of your life. Build a small emergency wall. Save immediately after payday. Separate money by job. Increase income. Protect every raise. Then invest simply and consistently. Notice what is missing. There is no secret stock, no perfect budget, no promise that everything changes in 30 days. Starting from zero is not one dramatic comeback moment. It is a series of small moves that stop you from returning to zero again. And that is the real goal. The first few $100s give you breathing room. The first full month of expenses gives you time. Higher income gives you speed. And investing gives that progress somewhere to grow. If I lost everything tomorrow, I would not try to look rich again. I would try to become hard to knock over. Because once your financial life can survive a bad week, a bad month, or one unexpected bill, you stop making every decision from fear. And that is when zero stops feeling like the end. It starts feeling like the last time you ever have to begin again.